Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talkshow podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talkshow podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor Gear. And you got a heat on your hands. But if you abandon it, then you'll never know, would you? So that is failure. So that's very true. With things in life. I mean, most things in life, like the airplane or electricity, it was all people that started it failed at some point, didn't they? You know, and some of them failed woefully. You know, some people even lost their lives in the testing process of these things. But look what we've got today. So, you know, you've got to finish what you start. If you don't finish it, then you'll never experience that failure, that success that comes from failure.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's absolutely right. Success just doesn't instantly happen of itself, does it?
No.
There was one more I particularly wanted to find, if I can. Just bear with me. Possibly this one. Right, yeah, this is dress well and you will open all doors. It's an interesting Chinese proverb. Dress well and you will open all doors. Do you think it makes any difference how we dress?
I think it does, actually. I think it does because this was when I was living in London. I was in college, and I got on the bus, but I can't remember what happened to my oyster. I tried to top it up, but I think I did think that I topped it up the day before, but I didn't. For some reason, maybe the guy said his machine wasn't working or whatever. But I went away thinking, I've got mates of traveling, so confidently got on the bus. But of course, I was well dressed. I was wearing a tie and, you know, neatly dressed, and I got on and I confidently touched it on the oyster reader, and the guy said to me, it didn't read. I thought, what is he talking about? So I did it again, and he said still didn't read. I said, you know, I could have sworn that I've got money on it. He said, well, you know, he checked his computer and he said, well, it says you've got zero on it, and you've got no day pass or whatever, you know. And I thought, oh. And he said, and then he just took one look at me and he said, you can get on anyway. And I thought, wow. So my dress is going.
That made a difference, do you think? Do you think it was how you presented yourself?
It did. Yeah. So if I was wearing a hoodie, and you know, and dressed tatteredly, he would have probably looked at me and thought he did it on purpose. He just wanted to see if he can get away with it. But for some reason, he looked at me and he thought, he looks responsible. He looks decent. It looks like he's got somewhere important to get to. And that's why I read from it. That's why I read from it anyway. So it let me on.
Well, we're seeing that I currently am wearing a hoodie. I'm really quite offended about what you just said, cuz. But I'll let that one pass. But no, it is important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we come almost into the idea of meeting people for the first time, or whether as friends, even distant family perhaps, or colleagues or anything else. When you meet someone for the first time, there's different views amongst those concerned, the specialists, the scientists, as to how quickly we actually form an impression of somebody. Some people say 7 seconds, others have said, well, it's about 15 seconds. But either way, we do form a very quick impression of somebody, don't we? For whatever reasons, probably reasons almost that our brain is sorting out in the subconscious that we're not even fully aware of. So, yeah, I think it's very important that dress and how you present yourself is a part of that. I guess there's other things. I don't know, do we sense an aura about people? We all supposedly have an aura around us in the colour of one sort or another. Maybe we pick that up at a subconscious level as well. But either way, very quickly we form an opinion. And the program I used to watch, a series a few years ago with Hugh Laurie, was House, Dr. House. Did you ever watch that? Yeah, to me, it was one of the finest series I've ever really watched. Up there with the best of them. He was a doctor who was able to diagnose what were inevitably complicated symptoms, and other doctors, they tried everything, they couldn't find the answer. And anyway, the great thing about that series was that he was always coming out in each episode with great comments which sort of stuck with you. And one was, he often used to say, everybody lies. And by that, I think he meant we often, how often, just something I'm thinking, how often are we really?
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins.
The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.